Welcome back. Question number 51. Which of the following can an AWS customer use to launch a new Amazon Relational Database Service RDS cluster? Select 2. A. AWS Concierge. B. AWS CloudFormation. C. AWS Amazon Simple Storage Service. S. D. Amazon EC2 Autoscaling. E. AWS Management Console. The correct answers are AWS CloudFormation and AWS Management Console. AWS CloudFormation provisions infrastructure as code from a template so environments are repeatable. It is just like Terraform, but then this Terraform is exclusively for AWS. AWS Management Console is also correct. It is the web-based graphical interface for viewing and managing AWS resources. Question number 52. Which of the following reserved instance pricing models provides the highest average savings compared to on-demand pricing? A. 1 year no upfront standard ROI pricing. B. 1 year all upfront convertible ROI pricing. C. 3 year all upfront standard ROI pricing. D. 3 year no upfront convertible ROI pricing. The answer is 3 year all upfront standard ROI pricing. This actually gives you the best value for your money because you get to pay everything at once. And if you're paying for 3 years, AWS can give you over 75% discount. This saves cost when compared to other pricing models. Which of the following are features of Amazon CloudWatch logs? Select 2. A. Summaries by Amazon's Simple Notification Service, Amazon SNS. B. Amazon Elasticsearch Service Analytics. C. Provided at no charge. D. Real-time monitoring. E. Adjustable retention. The answers are real-time monitoring and adjustable retention. These are features of the AWS CloudWatch. Which of the following is an AWS Managed Compute Service? A. Amazon SWF. B. Amazon EC2. C. AWS Lambda. D. Amazon Aurora. The correct answer is AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda runs your code as serverless functions on demand with no servers to manage and billing per request and runtime. This simply means that if you're using AWS Lambda, you will not need to provision servers as in the case of EC2 instances, and you will only be charged each time your code runs or executes. Question number 55. A company wants to reduce the physical compute footprint that developers use to run code. Which service would meet that demand by enabling serverless architectures? A. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2. B. AWS Lambda. C. Amazon DynamoDB. D. AWS Code Commit. The correct answer is AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda runs your code as a serverless function on demand with no servers to manage and bill, request, and run time. Question number 56. Which of the following is the customer's responsibility under the AWS shared responsibility model? A. Patching underlying infrastructure. B. Physical security. C. Patching Amazon EC2 instances. D. Patching network infrastructure. The correct answer is C. Patching Amazon EC2 instances. Amazon EC2 instances provides resizable virtual servers that you can provision. That is why it is called instances. You can provision them and control them in the cloud. They come in various sizes, T2 micro, T3 micro, and can run various workloads. Some are customized for AI workloads and other minor workloads. Question number 57. According to the AWS shared responsibility model, who is responsible for configuration management? A, it is solely the responsibility of the customer. B, it is solely the responsibility of AWS. C, it is shared between AWS and the customer. D, it is not part of the AWS shared responsibility model. The correct answer is it is shared between AWS and the customer. This is actually correct because if you pause the video, you can read up and see why other options are not correct and why C is the correct choice in this instance. Question number 58. Which security service automatically recognizes and classifies sensitive data or intellectual property on AWS? A, Amazon Guard Duty. B, Amazon Mercier. C, Amazon Inspector. D, AWS Shield. The correct answer is option B, Amazon Mercier. This tool uses machine learning to discover and protect sensitive data, such as personally identifiable information in Amazon S3. Question number 59. Which of the following best describes the AWS pricing model? Select 2. A, fixed term. B, pay as you go. C, collocation. D, planned. E, variable cost. The correct answers: pay as you go and variable cost. Pay as you go, the cloud replaces upfront capital expenses with pay as you go, allowing you to be billed for only what you use. By variable cost, it means you get to pay only for what you use. If, for example, if you are having low traffic to your servers, you'll be billed according to the number of servers that you have provisioned. And if your traffic should increase, the auto scaling helps you to scale up the number of servers. And that also increases the amount you are paying. But then when your traffic drops back, your servers are scaled down, ultimately cutting down the cost, giving you a variable cost, and you're being billed only for what you use. Question number 60. Under the shared responsibility model, which of the following tasks are the responsibility of the AWS customer? Select 2. A, ensuring that application data is encrypted at rest. B, ensuring that AWS NTP servers are set to the correct time. C, ensuring that users have received security training in the use of AWS services. D, ensuring that access to data centers is restricted. E, ensuring that hardware is disposed of properly. Correct answers: A and C, ensuring that application data is encrypted at rest, and ensuring that users have received security training in the use of AWS services. These the responsibilities of the customer. AWS will not train your staffs for you or your users, of course. Question number 61. A customer is using multiple AWS accounts with separate billing. How can the customer take advantage of volume discount with minimal impact to the AWS resources? A, create one global AWS account and move all AWS resources to that account. B, sign up for 3 years of reserved instance pricing upfront. Use the consolidated billing feature from AWS organization. D, sign up for the AWS Enterprise Support Plan to get volume discounts. The correct answer is C. Use the consolidated billing feature from AWS organization. This is the correct answer. AWS organization centrally manages and governs multiple AWS accounts, including consolidated billing and service control policies. Question number 62. Which Amazon EC2 pricing model offers the most significant discount when compared to on-demand instances? A. Partial upfront reserve instance for a 1-year term. B. All upfront reserve instances for a 1-year term. C. All upfront reserve instances for a 3-year term. D. No upfront reserve instances for a 3-year term. The correct answer is C. All upfront reserve instances for a 3-year term. Paying or making a commitment of 3 years gives you the advantage of benefiting from huge discounts that is associated with reserve instances from AWS. So in this case, it will give you the best value. Question number 63. Which AWS services should be used for read and write of constantly changing data? Select 2. A. Amazon Galaxia. B. Amazon RDS. C. AWS Snowball. D. Amazon Redshift. E. Amazon EFS. The correct answers are Amazon RDS, which is a managed relational database that handles partial backups and failover for you, and Amazon EFS, which is a shared file system that many EC2 instances can mount at the same time. Which AWS service allows users to identify the changes made to a resource over time? A. Amazon Inspector. B. AWS Config. C. AWS Service Catalog. D. AWS Identity and Access Management. The correct answer is AWS Config. AWS Config records resource configuration over time and evaluates them against compliance rules. Question number 65. According to the best practices, how should an application be designed to run in the cloud? A. Use tightly coupled components. B. Use loosely coupled components. C. Use infrequently coupled components. D. Use frequently coupled components. The correct answer is B. Use loosely coupled components. Frequently coupled components and infrequently coupled components is just made up to cause distraction in the option. But when you use loosely coupled component or decoupled component, this design helps components to operate independently such that a failure in one doesn't cascade to others, whereas this is not the case with tightly coupled components or monolithic applications. Question number 66. Which benefits are included with the AWS Business Support Plan? A. 24/7 assistance by way of live chat or a telephone call. B. Support from a dedicated AWS technical account manager. C. An unlimited number of cases and contacts. D. 15-minute response time for production system interruption cases. E. Annual operational reviews with AWS solution architects. Correct answers are 247 assistance, a way of live chat, or a telephone call, and an unlimited number of cases and contacts. You can read up more about this question under support and management. Question number 67. Which of the following is an AWS managed domain name system web service? Option A, Amazon Route 53. Option B, Amazon Neptune. Option C, Amazon SageMaker. Option D, Amazon Lightsail. The correct answer is Amazon Route 53. Amazon Route 53 is a scalable DNS and domain registration service that routes users to application. Question number 68. A user must meet compliance and software licensing requirements that states a workload must be hosted on a physical server. Which Amazon EC2 instance pricing option will meet these requirements? A, dedicated host. B, dedicated instances. C, spot instances. D, reserved instances. The correct answer is dedicated host. And an EC2 dedicated host is an entire physical server allocated to you, typically for per socket of per core software licensing. So in some countries, the government may decide that all financial transactions must be stored in data centers that are localized, that is within that country. In such cases, dedicated hosts should be used. Question number 69. Which of the reserved instance pricing model can change the attributes of the reserved instance as long as the exchange results in the creation of ROIs of equal or greater value? The correct answer is C, convertible ROI. You can read up more on reserved instance types. Question number 70. Which service is best for storing common database query results, which helps to alleviate database access load? A, Amazon Machine Learning. B, Amazon SQS. C, Amazon Elastic Cache. D, Amazon EC2 Instance Store. Correct answer is Amazon Elastic Cache. Amazon Elastic Cache provides managed in-memory caching to speed up applications. Question number 71. When should the company consider using Amazon EC2 spot instances? Select 2. A, for non-production application. B, for stateful workload. C, for application that cannot have interruption. D, for fault-tolerant flexible application. E, for sensitive database applications. Correct answer is A, for non-production application, and D, for fault-tolerant flexible application. You can read up more on spot instances. They can easily be reclaimed AWS or terminated at any time. So it is suitable for workloads that can be interrupted at any time. And surely you don't want to use such an instance type for a production application. Question number 72. Which AWS tools assist with estimating costs? Select 3. A, detailed billing reports. B, cost allocation tag. C, AWS simple monthly calculator. D, AWS total cost of ownership calculator. E, cost estimator. The correct answers are B, C, D. Cost allocation tags, AWS simple monthly calculator, AWS total cost of ownership calculator. The cost allocation tags label resources, so spending can be grouped and tracked in billing reports. The simple monthly calculator was AWS old cost estimating tool. Since replaced by the AWS pricing calculator. Total cost of ownership estimates the cost of running a workload on AWS before you build it. Question number 73. A company wants to focus on business activities instead of managing compute and capacity. Which AWS service can be used to automatically add or remove Amazon EC2 instances based on demand? A. Elastic Load Balancer. B. Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling. C. Amazon Route 53. D. Amazon CloudFront. Correct answer is Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling. As the name implies, Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling allows you to add new EC2 instances or remove EC2 instances based on the volume of traffic or usage of this virtual servers. Question number 74. Which is the minimum AWS support plan that includes infrastructure event management without additional cost? A. Enterprise. B. Business. Developer. D. Basic. Correct answer is Enterprise. The AWS Enterprise package support is the top tier. It provides you with a technical account manager, a concierge team, and the fastest response times. Question number 75. Access keys, AWS identity and access management are used to A. Log into AWS Management Console. B. Make programmatic calls to AWS from AWS API. C. Log into Amazon EC2 instances. D. Authenticate to AWS code commit repositories. The correct answer is B. Make programmatic calls from AWS APIs. Question number 76. Which AWS service can be used to query stored datasets directly from Amazon S3 using standard SQL? AWS View. B. AWS Data Pipeline. C. Amazon Cloud Search. D. Amazon Athena. The correct answer is Amazon Athena. Amazon Athena runs standard SQL queries directly on stored data. That is data stored in S3 with no servers to manage. Question number 77. How does AWS shorten the time to provision IT resources? A. It supplies an online IT ticketing platform for resource requests. B. It supports automatic code validation services. C. It provides the ability to programmatically provision existing resources. D. It automates the resource request process from a company's IT vendor list. Correct answer is it provides the ability to programmatically provision existing resources using tools such as CloudFormation. Which AWS services can be used to gather information about AWS account activities? Select 2. A. Amazon CloudFront. B. AWS Cloud9. C. AWS CloudTrail. D. AWS Cloud HSM. E. Amazon CloudWatch. Correct answers are AWS CloudTrail and Amazon CloudWatch. AWS CloudTrail records API calls for auditing and governance and security investigation. You can find out who shuts down an EC2 instance and when using AWS CloudTrail. On the other hand, Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring service that collects metrics, logs, alarms in real time and lets you set adjustable log retention. So you get to see your CPU usage data in CloudWatch as an example. Question 79. Which of the following are characteristics of Amazon S3? A. A global file system. B. An object store. C. A local file store. D. A network file system. E. A durable storage system. The correct answers are an object store and a durable storage system. AWS S3 is an object storage device, and it is durable in the sense that it provides the 11 nines of durability. You can read up about that. Question number 80. A user wants guidance on possible settings when migrating from on-premises to AWS Cloud. Which tool is suitable for this scenario? Option A, AWS Budget. Option B, Cost Explorer. Option C, AWS Total Cost of Ownership Calculator. Option D, AWS Well Architected Tool. Correct answer is AWS Total Cost of Ownership Calculator. The AWS pricing calculator estimates the cost of running a workload on AWS before you build it out. Question number 81. Which of the following services is in the category of AWS serverless platforms? Option A, Amazon EMR. Option B, Elastic Load Balancing. Option C, AWS Lambda. Option D, AWS Mobile Hub. The correct answer is option C, AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda allows you to run your code as a serverless function on demand. You only get billed each time your code executes. Question number 82. The use of what AWS feature or service allows company to track and categorize spending on detailed level? A. Cost allocation tags. B. Consolidated billing. C. AWS budget. D. AWS marketplace. Correct answer is cost allocation tags. Cost allocation tags label resources so spending can be grouped and tracked in billing reports. Question number 83. Which of the following inspects AWS environments to find opportunities that can save money for users and also improve system performance? A. AWS Cost Explorer. B. AWS Trusted Advisor. C. AWS Consolidated Billing. D. Detailed Billing. Correct answer is this AWS Trusted Advisor. Option B. The Trusted Advisor inspects AWS accounts and recommends improvements across cost, performance, security, fault tolerance, and limits. Question number 84. Web servers running on Amazon EC2 access a legacy application running in a corporate data center. What term would describe this model? A. Cloud native. B. Partner network. C. Hybrid architecture. D. Infrastructure as code. The correct answer is hybrid architecture. This is because the EC2 instances is access legacy resources that are not stored on the cloud. Question number 85. What technology enables compute capacity to adjust as load changes? A. Load balancing. B. Automatic failover. C. Round robin. D. Auto scaling. Correct option is auto scaling. Amazon EC2 auto scaling automatically adds or removes instances to match demand. Question number 86. Which AWS service is a managed NoSQL database? A. Amazon Redshift. B. Amazon DynamoDB. C. Amazon Aurora. D. Amazon RDS for ManaDB. correct answer is option B, Amazon DynamoDB. Amazon DynamoDB is a fully managed serverless NoSQL key value and document database with single-digit milliseconds performance. Question number 87. Which of the following is a correct relationship between regions, availability zones, and edge locations? Option A, data centers contain regions. Option B, regions contain availability zones. Option C, availability zones contain edge locations. Option D, edge locations contain regions. The correct answer is option B. Regions contain availability zone. An AWS region is a separate geographic area made up of multiple isolated availability zones, which themselves containing multiple data centers. Question number 88. What approach to transcoding a large number of individual video files adheres to AWS architecture principles? Option A, using many instances in parallel. Option B, using a peak large instance during off-peak hours. Option C, using dedicated hardware. Option D, using a large CPU instance type. The correct answer is option A, using many instances in parallel. Question number 89. Which AWS services can host a Microsoft SQL database? Which AWS services can host a Microsoft SQL Server database? Select 2. A, Amazon EC2. B, Amazon Relational Database Service. C, Amazon Aurora. D, Amazon Redshift. E, Amazon S3. Correct answers: Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS. You can pause the video to read up more. Question number 90. Which AWS IAM feature allows developers to access AWS services through the AWS CLI? A, API keys. B, access keys. C, usernames, passwords. D, SSH keys. The correct answer is B, access keys. Question number 91. The user is fully responsible for which action when running workloads on AWS? A, caching the infrastructure components. B, maintaining the underlying infrastructure component. C, maintaining physical and environmental controls. D, implementing controls to route application traffic. The correct answer is D, implementing controls to route application traffic. Other options seem to be AWS responsibility. Question number 92. Which AWS support plan includes a dedicated technical account manager? A, developer. B, enterprise. C, business. D, basic. The correct answer is enterprise. AWS enterprise support is the top tier, and it provides a technical account manager and has the fastest response times. Question number 93. What time-saving advantage is offered with the use of Amazon Recognition? A, Amazon Recognition provides automatic watermarking of images. Amazon Recognition provides automatic detection of objects appearing in pictures. C, Amazon Recognition provides the ability to resize millions of images automatically. D, Amazon Recognition uses Amazon Mechanical Turk to allow humans to bid on object detection jobs. Correct answer is B, Amazon Recognition provides automatic detection of objects appearing in pictures. Question number 94. Which AWS service can be used to automatically scale an application up and down without making capacity planning decisions? A. Amazon Autoscaling. B. Amazon Redshift. C. AWS CloudTrail. D. AWS Lambda. The correct answer is 8. Amazon Autoscaling. Amazon EC2 Autoscaling automatically adds or removes instances to match demand. Amazon Relational Database Service. Question number 95. Amazon Relational Database Service offers which of the following benefits over traditional database management? A. Amazon manages the data stored in Amazon RDS tape. B. AWS manages the maintenance of the operating system. C. AWS automatically scales up instance types on demand. D. AWS manages the database type. Correct answer is B. AWS manages the maintenance of the operating system. Question number 96. A company's web application currently has light dependencies on underlying components. So when one component fails, the entire web application fails. Applying which AWS cloud design principle will address the current design issue? Option A. Implementing elasticity, enabling the application to scale up or scale down as demand changes. Option B. Enabling several EC2 instances to run in parallel to achieve better performance. Option C. Focusing on decoupling components, isolating them, and ensuring individual components can function when other components fail. Option D. Doubling EC2 computing resources to increase system fault tolerance. Correct answer is option C. Focusing on decoupling components by isolating them and ensuring individual components can function when other components fail. So, decoupling design components to operate independently enables the components involved not to be interdependent, such that when one fails, other ones can continue to function without cascading to others. This is known as a decoupled components or decoupled architecture, and it is usually achieved using services such as SNS, queues, etc. Question number 97. A customer would like to design and build a new workload on AWS Cloud, but does not have the AWS-related software technical expertise in-house. Which of the following AWS programs can a customer take advantage of to achieve that outcome? A. AWS Partner Network Technology Partners. B. AWS Marketplace. C. AWS Partner Network Consulting Partners. D. AWS Service Catalog. Correct answer is C. AWS Partner Network Consulting Partners. The AWS Partner Network APN is a global community of consulting and technology partners. Question number 98. Which service stores objects, provides real-time access to those objects, and offers versioning and lifecycle capabilities? A. Amazon Galaxy. B. AWS Storage Gateway. C. Amazon S3. D. Amazon EBS. The correct answer is Amazon S3. Question number 99. Distributing workloads across multiple availability zones support which cloud architecture design principle? A. Implement automation. B. Design for agility. C. Design for failure. D. Implement elasticity. The correct answer is design for failure. Question number 100. Which service should a customer use to consolidate and centrally manage multiple AWS accounts? Option A, the AWS IAM. Option B, AWS organizations. Option C, AWS schema conversion tool. Option D, AWS config. The correct answer is AWS organization. Option B, AWS organization centrally manages and governs multiple AWS accounts, including consolidated billing and service control policies. Thank you. We have come to the end of this section. In the next video, we will continue from question number 101. See you in the next video, and thank you.